Tuesday, February 11th for Litchfield Recreation Commission. We have 5 members present and a quorum. So we'll open the meeting with the consideration of minutes from previous meetings. Have folks had a chance to review the agenda from the 28th? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Any edits or additions to the agenda? Or to the minutes, excuse me.
I didn't have any either.
Nothing here.
Make a motion to accept them.
Got a motion?
I second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Against? Abstain?
This is for the minutes.
For the
Previous. Yeah, I wasn't here, so I'll abstain. Yep.
401 for the minutes. Thank you. Next, public input. There are no members of the public here this evening, so we will close public input. Facility and field requests. So we do have a couple to review there. First, Andy sent along one for the, sorry, that was a 5K, never mind. I got a request from Litchfield Christmas Committee looking to do a Easter related event in April. And I know the town hall has clinics a lot during that time for baseball or softball leagues. So just pulling up the calendar. They had a request to be for the Saturday the 4th and what are the date. LRBL is in there in the morning and then pickleball. Does anybody know what time LRBL would go to?
I
Start at 8.
don't. Is it like 8 to 11?
I thought it was late morning, yeah.
Is that basketball?
Yeah. Litchfield, yeah, basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's usually that's
It's
the
a little-
instructional age group, usually 8
Yep.
o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Are they looking to be in Talent Hall or?
They are. They're going to do it. It's mostly be an outdoor event, but they want to have an indoor
Okay.
part of it. There's an indoor jumpy house, early April's kind of touch and go, of course. So
That's right, Pete. What's the date on that one?
one is Saturday, the April 4th. Let me just bring up the other date. They're looking at Saturday, April 4th with the rain date of April 5th. So that's that
So
weekend.
at that point, basketball's done.
Is it? And so
Yeah.
that was just a holdover on the calendar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
okay,
a whole,
okay.
yeah. Andy runs them out months.
Okay.
So it ends in March. So there should be nothing. The only thing that would be going on would be maybe softball inside if they can't get outside.
Right.
Softball does the clinics inside.
Yeah.
At 5:30, I think it is. on
So does
Sundays.
baseball, but I think we're usually done by then.
Right. If they can get outside, they'd all prefer to be outside.
In-
But in April, it's a little wet still.
Usually wet.
I can talk to baseball because I'm on the baseball committee, and I think we would postpone it for a week if they wanted to use it. I don't think they'd have a problem doing that.
Okay.
How many hours are they looking for?
They didn't have a specific time. It's an Easter egg hunt, so I know when this has been done previously, it's been usually late morning,
Yeah.
early aftening time frame.
Right.
So it's possible that both things could happen in a given day too. If
Yeah.
they-
Yeah, I
Slightly
know.
this
So
way.
baseball, we're in there from 9:15 to 9 to 10:15 for the little kids, and then 10:15 to 11:30 or so.
Okay.
But we could probably cancel one or both or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully we'll be outside that early, but early April's
It's early. Yeah.
that's still optimistic, but yeah. Okay. So are folks okay with us blocking those dates for an Easter egg event and checking with the other
So
leagues that
typically,
may
typically what we would do, are you going to be the Christmas, are you their contact person? Because typically we tell their contact person to reach out to baseball, softball. But the weird thing is, and I wish Andy was here, the calendar hasn't been built out yet for that spring time. So I don't know if we just give it to them. Because we haven't done any requests. There has been no meeting with baseball or softball or anything like that for going into the spring, right?
Right. I'm texting the guy that runs it right now just to see. I don't think it'll be an issue. Just count on baseball being out of there that
Okay.
morning.
Yeah, and I think the same thing with softball. I know there was a request from, what's his name? He wanted to get in there earlier. He just sent me an email directly. Craig.
Craig,
Yeah. He wants to get in there earlier on, but that's Sundays.
Sundays, yeah, 5:30. That's when they do it.
Oh, he says Sundays I have 5 to 9. He didn't give a time. He just said he wants to get in there, get an early slot
Okay.
Saturday mornings. But he didn't give a time. Did he give you a time?
No, I haven't talked to him about it. I know they had their first session this past Sunday, and it was at 5:30.
It was at 5:30 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to get in there Saturday mornings, which makes sense. Once basketball ends, and basketball ends March, basketball ends right after February vacation. Rec basketball. Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I think we need more. We need to know the specific time from
Yeah.
from that,
Yeah, we're good.
and then we can figure out
Baseball's
baseball.
good. Yep, we're all set.
You don't need it at all that day.
Not that day.
Okay.
Nope. We're gonna cancel it for that.
All right, that was a quick answer. Okay, great. I'll say so. We'll ask for a specific time and reach out to softball, at least as a courtesy, since they've had it
Yeah.
as a tradition. To see if we can.
They're usually in after us, so and I know we're there from 9:15 to roughly noon. So
Okay.
I mean that'd probably be a big enough window for the Easter egg hunt anyway. It wouldn't probably affect them.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. No, just to confirm, we've had bouncy houses in town hall. Anybody have a concern with that happening again? As long as they
No.
have the insurance writer and all that stuff they need.
The only thing Andy's ever been concerned about is the floor.
Yeah.
It's not just Andy. Everyone's concerned about the floor. So we've done in the past when we had the Winterfest, we would get carpets.
Yeah.
And one of the women on the Winterfest committee, she had someone who had a bunch of carpets, and they could bring them in and they would line the floor.
Yeah.
And again, you're talking February versus April. I don't know what the conditions will be like in April.
Some muddy
Could be,
shoes.
yeah.
Soon to be wet.
Probably wet. Yeah. So I don't know if we don't have any rugs. There's that one runner, I think, along the
That's not enough.
stage.
Yeah.
But
So just request some type of floor protection.
yeah, probably just some sort of, if they can bring in some, I don't know if what they have, but take their shoes off on the back, on the stage,
Yeah.
and then maybe come down the stairs without their boots. We've had bouncy houses in there before.
Okay.
No issues.
All right, I'll respond back to them and ask for those answers. But otherwise, I say we'll hold the date and we can work out the specifics.
Do we need to vote on it and make a motion to approve it, or is that just
I don't know if we vote on,
field request?
because they're already an organization in town,
Okay.
right? They're just requesting
Okay.
a time.
Cool.
I don't think we vote on.
Okay.
Really not, yeah.
Okay.
Approvals, as long as there's consensus on it.
Yep.
But,
Yeah.
So,
Everybody's good.
good. Okay. Thank you for that. All right. Excuse me. So are there another facility or field request? I thought there was one more, but maybe
There
that
was one more.
Okay.
Didn't it just come in today? Oh, yeah. Robert Boda. He's looking to looking to use, I guess, the parking lot at Sawmill.
For the police 5K.
Yeah, it looks cool. I like their logo. Litchfield Fire and Police Road Race on May 16th.
Now, I always thought we couldn't approve or deny somebody from using the parking.
Right.
That was my
different from a
recollection as
field-
well.
From a field or a facility, it's parking. So it's
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Mike did mention that soccer would be happening that day,
That day, right.
so it may be kind of full.
I mean, it's a big parking lot.
It is.
that's what I was. Is it when soccer is at full steam? Is it the parking lot utilized that much? Is it full?
I don't think it goes up to the top. I mean, even when they have their, what is it, the big one in
Tournaments, yeah, the
October,
Halloween one.
the Halloween one, and there seems to be ample parking. I mean, they line it. There's plenty of lines. I don't think, I've done plenty of road races here in town, and they don't get that big. Maybe they'll have a great turnout, but I don't think it should be a problem.
Parking lot should be sufficient to support both.
Yeah, I think so. It's at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yes.
Yeah. They're going to be
What time soccer? I mean, is it soccer? Yeah, soccer.
probably
usually
9 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's worth having them connect just to see how many you're
Correct.
expecting. So, I mean, I will say I have seen that lot overflow once out into Albuquerque with parking.
And it was probably the Halloween one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
huge. It's a
yeah.
huge event.
right.
But a regular Saturday, I don't think it's going to be that big. And I think this is just are they just looking for overflow because the actual road race is at Town Hall. I mean, I'm sorry, Town Hall. So here,
It's here. And there's some quite a few
there's so much
spots
more
here.
parking now
Yeah.
with the fire station.
Yeah.
Unless they're planning on having like vendors or something like that in the parking
Well,
lot.
there's a touch of truck, food trucks, and more.
Yeah, I think
Oh, okay.
So-
So, yeah.
they could be.
So it's possible they're anticipating having the event going on there, but starting the road race here. Do you know which way
I
they're
think so,
going?
yeah,
Are
because they didn't give it. They just
going
said, "What did I read
It
somewhere?"
goes. I saw the loop. It goes
Did you see it?
south on Albuquerque. I know that, and goes out into
says
maybe
unique course.
Greenwich or something like that, and does like a loop, and then comes back up Albuquerque.
Okay, it goes down Greenwich.
I think so. I forget, but it's
it goes
it's
south.
something like that. It goes south.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will they close Albuquerque?
probably go on the path. I don't know how many, unless there's like
Yeah, yeah.
1,000 people. I have no idea.
Is there 10 or 3,000 people running?
I don't know.
They've never been that big. I mean, you go to the one at the high school. They've never been. You run plenty of races, I'm sure. And
Yeah, well, it's new. I mean, it's kind of,
if they get it out
No.
there, if they get it out, maybe they'll get a huge turnout. So, do we just want to say, get in touch with? I mean, is it Mike Bosky? Is he still part of soccer, or is it somebody else?
I don't know.
Well, I
Right,
think it goes
right
back
now,
to-
according to Facebook, there's 363 interested
Oh, that's awesome!
That's really good.
or going, including myself.
Awesome. All right.
Well, how about I just forward this along to Mike and ask if he or someone else can respond
Sure.
back to him just to coordinate the date. So
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, if not, I don't know. We're gonna maybe have some alternate solution for parking. I don't know what that would be though.
I mean, there's no parking at the state forest. You can fit what, 5 cars up there, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be. Even if they parked at the tennis courts and up,
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
huge
that's
parking
a
lot.
that's
It
a
is pretty
couple
big.
hundred
Yeah.
cars in that parking lot down there.
Yeah.
When they stack them in, there's a lot of cars.
Huh.
I'd be shocked if. But I mean, are those a lot of out of towners?
So I wouldn't anticipate them all coming in their own individual cars either.
Right. I would wonder.
Police next door.
I would wonder if like people would get dropped off.
All right. So send that along. Great. Are there other field or facility requests?
I don't believe so.
Hearing none, we'll close that and move on to new business. So we want to review, which sounds like a request or some engagement we should do with the Conservation Commission about their pond usage and plans for that from a recreation standpoint. We know they want to preserve it from a conservation standpoint and talk about what to do to improve the pond's ecological health, but sounds like they want to engage with us about recreation use.
So the high and the low of the conversation, I just happened to pop on the meeting, and the Conservation Commission was asking Steve Weber, who was present, who's their selectman representative, why that warrant article had been removed from this year's vote. And from my understanding, they withdrew the warrant because there were some more questions they had. I don't remember specifically what they were, but part of that was what the rec commission's intentions were for the pond moving forward. I mean, is this something that we intend to use for swimming lessons or recreational purposes? And it sounded like Steve kind of wanted to create a subcommittee of people to investigate options to do with the pond and, environmental impacts and stuff like that. So, I mean, we have never really talked about it here. It was just kind of put into our budget.
Right.
But it wasn't something we had sought after.
Right.
So I don't really know much about it.
Yeah, and I know it's to try to eradicate the milfoil,
That's what yeah.
and it was something that you have to do over a period of 2 or 3 years.
Correct.
And if we don't get ahead of it, well, we're already behind it, but if we don't catch up to it soon, it'll be more of a 4 to 5 year, or
Right.
may not be
And that
able to
was
be
the original, was the milfoil that got us, and this was, what did Andy say? Was it 5 years ago we did this? I don't even know.
It was maybe even more.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago, and they didn't eradicate it. They didn't get it all out.
Right.
They just, I think, did the edges. I'm not sure if you even hear. No.
That wasn't.
But they just did the, I guess, by the beach. But I don't know. Your question is, what are our plans for this? And what? Yeah. I don't know. As a rec commission, I mean, it's never been on our
radar.
Yeah, for long term, like what to do for it. It had been cleaned out. I know families do go down there. There's no lifeguard on duty. I mean, there's nothing to watch over people, but families have gone down and used it as a swimming venue. But it's kind of swim at your own risk. There's no policing of it.
Is it tested? Do you know?
It is tested, and there's been times we've had to actually shut it down.
Okay.
But the state does that.
Oh.
Okay.
I was going to ask the same question.
State's come in and they've tested it, and it's been shut down. Or
My only concern would be is, it sounds like the town spent money in the past to eradicate the milfoil, and it either A, didn't work, or B, it was never kept up with.
correct. It's more it wasn't kept up with.
Okay.
I think you have to do it.
It didn't go into the maintenance mode.
Correct.
Okay. So
So it grows back very fast.
I think, and that's kind of where Steve was coming from. Well, what's the cost moving forward? Is this like a $10,000 a year thing, or is it like a, is it something that people want to pay for?
Right. What was the return?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. I'll talk to Steve then about, being on a subcommittee or whatever. And if anybody else is interested, then.
Yeah, because I don't know what us as a rec, what we want to do with it. We've never talked about it. I mean, we can
No.
certainly talk about it and see what we want to.
When I came to this board, that's one of the things I was interested in, is getting more involved in, the water use and water sports around here. But it's nothing that, still getting into it. I'm not sure what is the intention of.
Now, it's my understanding though that the milfoil does kill, like the fish and everything.
Yeah, I don't know really a lot about it. From my understanding, it's an invasive weed. It's not natural from around here, and that's the problem. And then the way it grows, I guess it blocks sunlight, and it just makes it a mucky mess, and it kills oxygen, it kills the plants, and
Right.
it just kills off them. So then, if you don't do anything, you just have a swamp.
Dead water. Yeah, a swamp. Right, exactly. And that's.
And then you don't want to swim it because
Correct.
it becomes, I believe, like Organic Pond and Hudson became so overly infested with milfoil that it was a danger to swim in.
Yeah.
So then we have to worry about, do we even let people out there on boats? Do we let them out there? I just think it's something that we should do because it's our own little piece of property, and we should, do what we can to at least keep it somewhat clean.
I agree. I hate to see the fish not. I mean, it's because you want to do the fishing thing, and it's nice to have at least a little guys and girls would bring their boats. I mean,
There was a lady in
Not
town who
motorboats.
expressed interest in teaching stand-up paddleboard. And she was talking to doing it down by the river, but initially I imagine she'd probably want to do it on like Darrah Pond, where it's
Right.
stable and
Yep.
still, and you don't have to worry about waves or
Current.
current.
Or shopping carts.
Yes.
yeah. Did they say how much what the current cost is to?
It's 35,000 for
A one tranche?
Is it 3 years?
Yeah, I think it was
3 years.
35,000 for 3 years,
3
and it
years.
was initial heavy dose and then 2 years of maintenance.
So that 35,000 covers the entire plan, or that's per year?
I think it's the entire plan
Yeah,
for
I think
3
it was
years.
a 3 year total of 35. So let's work together and we'll try to
Yeah.
figure out a
Yeah.
detail plan, get some more details.
Yeah. And then whatever we think about, we'll come to the rec commission and talk
So
about
it's-
it. And
Is it in our budget right now or it's not in our budget right now?
they took it out.
They took it out.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever really in the budget.
Right.
No,
But it would be our responsibility.
Right.
Okay.
it was going to be under our.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
for that type of investment, I'd like to learn more about particularly the swimming element, because certainly for fishing and personal watercraft, I think it has a lot of utility. But if we're talking about water options for people to recreate and swimming, like I might want to revisit the whole splash pad thing if we're making that level of investment, because my kids swam in Dar years ago. It's gone downhill pretty substantially. It's not a great
It's
swimming
not kept
experience.
up.
Yeah, so it's a long way off. But I don't know the science behind like how hopeful can we be? Maybe this 35 would bring it back significantly. So I would just kind of love to get a sense of what that would actually do for swimming recreation in particular.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anybody swimming it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely been families like vans pulling from like out of town.
Maybe
They
it's
know about
something
it,
we don't.
They know about it. Wow. Yeah, but I wouldn't go swimming in it. Not something.
Even if it was clean.
I don't swim. I'm not a swimmer. Put me in the Caribbean, I may go swimming.
That's different.
Yeah, that's my kind of water.
Okay.
So-
well,
Subcommittee, is that what you guys are gonna do?
Yeah, we'll follow.
Subcommittee?
We'll talk.
Talk
About it.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. All right. Any other new business?
Steve, did you see the email we got from Rachel? Just the link.
Yeah, I already took care of it.
You did. Okay.
Yep. I don't know why it came up as a swimsuit site, but that's what it.
All right. Move on to old business.
Mhm.
So I just want to do a debrief from the town deliberative session last Saturday. Andy, our chair, gave a nice presentation about the warrant article, very succinct. And there's one question, but I just wanted to, one question from the public, but he did a nice job answering it. But just wanted to kind of see if other folks heard any questions from the public, or if there's other kind of communication things we should think about. So town members feel well informed, or if there's anything else people heard after the meeting.
I didn't really stick around too long after the meeting. I had to get going, but no, I thought he did a fine job answering the one question, and it was really just about, if we were able to get something like this in town, if it was able to be used for multiple purposes, town meetings, that type of stuff, outside groups. Some town hall right now is not, so that's one of the avenues that they'd be interested in.
Yep. Well, it was presented as a community center, right?
Right. Right.
All right. And next, just following up on, we still have that outstanding request for an updating of the town report. I know Andy has taken that years past. Should I just reach back out to Andy and say, do you have this, just to close the loop on it, because I think they need it in a timely fashion.
I just don't. What does it involve? We just have to write bullet points of what we did, or is it we have to write a?
Yeah, Andy did it last year. As you said, he does it every year. I think it's just like a little template. It's already built out, and it's probably going to be the same as what we presented, what we gave them last year for the town report.
Okay.
So I don't think we've done anything different. Maybe the winter, Christmas.
Yep.
But that was there last year as well. But was that a bigger turnout this year then?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think so.
They did not set the record for owls.
we didn't.
No.
Not.
But I think it's going to be the same report that Andy
Oh, okay.
gave them last year. I can look back and see what he sent. Yeah, Keith sent it to us last year. Said he sent it to her. This was last year, February 2nd, 2019. Keith Buxton sent it to Donna.
Keith said, okay.
I can share it with you guys. Have you seen it? Okay. This was 2017, but obviously he edited it and forwarded it on. I'll send it to you guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so folks want to take a look at that, see if there's any other additions we want to.
I don't have the new one. I can request that from Keith because obviously he edited it and then sent her a revised
Okay.
one. And I'll ask him for that.
Thank you. All right. Any other old business I neglected to put in for other follow-up items?
I did contact the gentleman about the eels and the study that they did.
Yes.
He said they have a lot of data that they collected. They're still combing through it. I asked him for some pictures of the eels as well, so he just forwarded me that information. So I'll put that up on the website.
Oh,
as soon as I
great.
get some more details. The other one was the new rules for DHHS and requirements Mike was talking about last week. So I just emailed him again, asking him to forward me the information so we could put that up on the website as well.
I briefly talked to Steve Weber about that because he's looking into it for baseball already. And he said the fee isn't $200, it's only $20. So
That's
Yeah.
a huge difference.
so
Good. That's much more accessible. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have chased some organizations away that couldn't afford it.
All right. Any other business?
I was driving down 3A, a couple actually, it might have been after the meeting, the deliberative meeting, and I noticed that the sign that says park closed on the gate to the river access was off. I put it up with some zip ties, but it's really only temporary.
Yeah.
I've got some brackets I can probably install on it. Just take care of that, but
Okay.
I think that should be a little more permanent. It was just a zip tie that was on
just
there.
zip ties.
Oh, okay.
To begin with. But
So it wasn't like vandalism that took it off?
no,
it's
I
just,
think it just
okay.
happened in the wind or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that was just one zip tie.
But the bungee cord holding the gate was
Bunch code
there.
is still solid, yeah. But yeah, I'll take care of that.
Great.
I'll
Thank you.
kind of fix that a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's particularly important with a light snow pack. It's tempting for folks to go down there versus
Yeah.
when it's just plowed, snowed in. It's not going to be as attractive. So good. All right, any other business?
no, I'll just make a motion to adjourn.
Just a question. Are we meeting in 2 weeks over February vacation? I'm not going to be here.
Is there a scheduled meeting?
This is a scheduled meeting.
I'll probably be here, but
I should be here.
Chris, you going to Disney World or anything?
I'm not going to Disney World. I might be up in North Conway though.
Yeah.
Was it 2 weeks? No, I should be here.
We'll make a run at it.
So, okay. Because Matt was just wondering. He's like, you guys have it? I'm like, I'm not going to be here. So just checking to see. And the other thing I wanted to bring up, I think we do our board renewals for chair, vice chair, all that, secretary in March. So just so you guys, I'm not going to be going back for vice chair. I feel that my new job, I have not had the time to spend as I should in this role. So I'm going to be, I guess, stepping down from that role. And just wanted, so if anyone wants it, I won't be here for the next one. So in March, I think we have to do that
It's already
process. Yeah.
So it's been a
Time
year?
away.
It hasn't been a year. We did it.
Oh, that's
I
right.
want to say we did it in the fall. It's been about 6 months. So I
It was
just
at the
started my
meeting that
job.
we went to, the first meeting that we came to.
Probably.
I think it was.
Because I remember that.
That was close to the late spring, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was, I started my new job in September, and it was right after September that I was like, okay, I think can take the vice chair. And now I'm like, I can't do the vice chair anymore.
Yeah. I thought it was back further than
I
that.
think it was like October.
No, we've only had elected officers since October.
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
All right, we have to go back and check the minutes. This is why Matt does such an awesome job, so we can go back
So
and
I
check.
remember thinking, okay, I could do this for maybe 6 months.
Yeah, so as I recall, we just updated kind of the process for electing officer
Right.
positions.
Right.
and we were off cycle because we just updated them. But I thought it was like June or something like that, or late spring.
Was it that early?
Time flies.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
No, I could be wrong too. I thought I had just started the job though.
Because you guys
But-
started after the March meeting last year. You started around April-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I felt it was
Sounds
like
about
around-
right.
Yeah, so.
Was it that?
Mm.
May, June timeframe.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
if anyone
Yes,
wants
dude,
to
good
be,
point.
If anyone
March
wants to
is
be
coming.
vice chair, yeah, because the next meeting right in March, I think you guys will be
I'm just
discussing
an
it.
associate, and he is too. So
Yeah.
So, and we need to check with Keith and see what he's up to.
I'll see him Thursday night. I'll ask.
Cool. Cornhole?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ask him if he wants to, yeah, does he want a position or?
Okay.
Okay, let's see. But that's all I have.
All right, so still a motion to adjourn on the table.
Yeah, I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second. All right. All in favor?
Yeah, right.
There we go. All right. Thanks, everyone.
That was quick.
Longer than the last one.